Welcome to Supernatural Singapore, a special edition of Point Blank, where we delve into the world of the supernatural. I'm Helmi.
And I'm Eva, and today we have two special guests with us, E.T. and Mystic. Hi, thanks for coming on our show today.
Okay.
So you've brought some gadgets and you're going to tell us what it's about, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
These are the gadgets that they use when they go ghost hunting. But before that, we want to show you a clip of Fyos, who says that his multi-story car park is haunted. Let's take a look.
My name is Fyos and I'm 30 years old. I work at the airport with a set catering. I've been married for 8 years with 2 kids already. This thing happened when I work in the afternoon shift, and I finished my shift at 12:45. I reached my car park around 2 o'clock in the morning. Parked my bike at level 3 of my multi-story car park. On that night, when I reached my car park, the whole block was so dark, like there's no light. Brighten up the area lah. I think it should be blackout or some power failure around there. And I parked my bike at level 3, and my house is facing directly to the car park. And from my home, I can see my bike and where do I park my bike lah. After I did all the things, after I cleaned up my bike, so I just walked to the staircase and went down straight to my block, take the lift. I took the lift, and when I reached my home at level 5, I come out from the lift and I turn to my left. Exactly, I turn to my left, I can see where I parked my bike and can see the car park itself. When I come out from my lift, then I noticed something that is at the topmost level of the car park, and it's at the car park level 5. Yeah, at level 5. Okay, there is something that I never experienced before. This is the first time when I see something at the car park standing straight with a long hair covered with. The long hair covered is, the face. I can see the face with a long white dress. And that's the time when I really lost my words. I really can't talk, and I just stood there around. I stood and watched the thing around 2 to 3 seconds. When I suddenly, I was awakened by the sound of the vehicles that passed by the major road. And I saw, okay, I think I saw something, but I just ignored it as if I didn't saw anything. And I slowly take out my house key from my pocket, and my whole body was shivering. Yeah, and I feel cold. I just say any prayers in my heart. So hopefully that thing would come to me in my mind. Okay, what I saw, and I thought to myself, okay, what I saw is imagination, but okay, the thing is still there when I look at it.
You looked at it again?
I looked at it again. Okay, when I reached my house door, it's still there, and I start to open the door, and my hand was shivering, and I really can't hold the key until I drop the key. Wild thoughts, everything come on my mind during the time because I was so panicked. Okay, I think that maybe during that time I was thinking like, okay, when I pick up the key, make sure when I stand up, nothing is behind me or nothing is at the balcony. Because my house door, just a bit to your left, you can see the car park already.
Yes.
Okay, when I pick up the key, I don't dare to look behind. I just say the prayer on my heart, say everything that I can remember. Okay, I open the door slowly. I close all the gate, I lock all the gate, I close the door as fast as I can. And then when I reach home, I switch on all the lights in my house. My room, my kids' room, my hall, everything. And I don't dare to open the window to look at it again for the 3rd time maybe. And I just, the whole night, I just couldn't do anything. I switch on the radio, I switch on the TV, I wash my face, and I just sit outside my hall, look at the TV, I don't want to think about it anymore.
Why didn't you go to sleep?
Because I scared this thing will, maybe that thing was looking at me before that, watching me, or maybe he know where do I stay, or he will come to my house, or
And disturb you while you're sleeping.
Yeah, this is not myself, my own experience. What I heard from my neighbor, when I talk to my neighbor, so they say that this thing ever happened not long before lah. It's not only on me, other people also.
You mean other neighbors have seen the same woman?
Seen a woman, or maybe seen some other things. They don't want to mention it lah.
Is it at the same place on top of the
It's not at the same place, but I mean it's the same multi-story car park, but not at the same place. Okay. At first, when they told me, I just don't believe. I just said, okay, maybe that's your imagination, or maybe that's your luck to see that thing on that day.
Yeah.
But when it comes to my turn, then I really believe it. I mean, really believe what they saw, and I saw it too.
Now, before we continue, we'd like to say that these gentlemen are from the Society of Paranormal Investigators. Last week, we called them Singapore Paranormal Investigators. We made a mistake, and we apologize for that.
Now,
Okay.
E.T. and mistake. What would you do if somebody like that, like Fyos, called you and told you that his car park is haunted?
Well, first we will identify the mindset of the person. So we organize something like an investigation first. So we go down and interview the person and find out more about his psychological state, and tell us his story and is it disturbing him and all. Then we'll go from there.
Okay, what do you mean what do you do when you go from there?
Okay, basically what we do is, before any investigation, we'll definitely go down to do a recce in a sense. Like, for example, the story just now was about the car park. I think what we like to find out is there any possible object that could have created the apparition? As you realize, that was on the top of the multi-story car park and there was a block behind. Okay, one thing, if he saw it at the wall, right, possibly, sometimes when it's under the, weather and stuff, paint may fall off, or some dirt. Sometimes you get this limestone residue, or some residue, or some sort of watermark that can create a certain shape. Okay, added the fact that there's a block behind, so the lights behind could have caused some form of illusion. Okay, so I guess that's what we have to establish first. Are there any possible things around there that could have led to that?
Okay, so you make sure that what you see is real. Have you ever encountered real beings or supernatural beings before?
He's got some experience.
Yeah?
I have. During one of our investigations over at Red Hill, basically, okay, I don't know if it's thankfully, I haven't really seen one. But during one of our investigations, we set up our gadgets, like you can see on the table here. It was over at Red Hill. This guy, he was complaining that every night you can hear fingernail scratching and furniture moving from the unit above. Interestingly, that whole block went for en bloc. So, okay, most people actually shifted out already. He was one of few residents that was left. And the guy above, there's no one there. It's got the seal and everything. We went there with the Discovery Travel Channel crew, set out our gadgets, waited for some time. As usual, nothing happens. I think it was about 3 hours into the investigation, in the night, our motion detector actually went off. So I was in charge of the gadgets then, so I ran over, and we all ran over to take a look. Motion detector went off. Interestingly, half of gadgets, which was prior to that, was fully charged. Half of it went flat. The battery just went flat.
Wow, the battery just went flat.
Yeah.
Well, in a while, we'll see a clip of a film crew that went out to do the same thing, which is to investigate things that are going on during the Hungry Ghost Festival. And same story, their batteries, new, fresh from the pack, also went flat.
Why?
But anyway, go on.
Okay, after which, when the entire crew went over, we could all smell this peculiar smell. It was a very sweet-smelling smell. Interestingly, because there's not many people living there, there was no wind, and we were some levels above, so it's a bit difficult for smell to travel to that level.
Okay.
We all could have could sense this sweet-smelling smell. But you know, sadly, being in I wouldn't say it's sadly, being in Singapore, you can't just enter the house like that. So we brought back all our gadgets and we're trying to review and trying to see to come out with the theory what could be a possibility lah. So I went home. Okay, I was walking towards my door. I've got this really long corridor, so I was walking all the way. All of a sudden, I felt like that someone's behind me. The same feeling you get that during peak hour MRT, you got some obnoxious guy standing behind you. The same feeling. So I turned back, took a look. There was no one there. Although we are paranormal investigators, I'm human too. I got scared.
Yeah.
So I rushed home, showered everything, and went to sleep. Next day, I woke up. I had the flu. I went to see the doctor 1 time, 2 times. Didn't seem to cure. I realized something was wrong when almost every night I had nightmares. Prior to that, I just sleep.
Right.
So you think the spirit was like not happy and probably caused you to...
I still didn't believe it was a spirit. I thought I was just had normal flu. A week later, one of my friends had the third eye. She said, "Hey, you're not feeling well, right?" I was like, yeah, how do you know? She said, "Because there's this small boy following you for the past 1 week." She's got the third eye. Yeah,
There's a small boy following you for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What did the boy look like?
At that point of time, I didn't ask her. So I really quite freaked out, so I didn't really ask her.
So how did you get rid of this boy?
Okay, she helped me pray.
Okay.
And eventually, after the 2nd week, I suddenly got better. Right? Apparently, the small boy left me.
Okay.
What was interesting was the guy that told us of the hauntings. When we left the investigation, the hauntings actually stopped for 2 weeks.
Right.
And the day which I got better, the hauntings came back again. So I don't know if you call it coincidence, but it did seem like the small boy went on a 2-week school holiday with me and left me pretty sick.
But prior to this, did you ever encounter anything before you joined this society? Like, what got you into this?
Okay.
Was it by personal experience?
Since young, I've always been intrigued by the paranormal. And in secondary school, with the X-Files and stuff, it really almost became a religion to me. And then I chanced upon a group of passionate paranormal enthusiasts. I decided to join. Prior to that, I did have an out-of-body experience, and I read up a lot on paranormal. It's just a very interesting topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Can you tell us, like, what were some of the gadgets that you used that night? Are they here? Or?
Okay, they are here, but thankfully they've been improved and upgraded. It didn't look so good the last time.
Okay.
Okay, what we have over here, okay, this is what we call a motion detector. Okay, it comes along with this receiver set. Okay, what this does, it actually senses motion.
Okay.
Okay, so this was actually deployed outside the door. Right, and imagine outside the door, no one there. For motion detector to go off, it's a bit weird because there was no one at the corridor. Yeah, so this is what we employ to actually sense motion. Okay, but usually what we do during investigations is we don't just use one gadget, we use an array so that we can see it from all forms, and we also need to cancel out external factors.
Okay.
Okay. What we have over here is an electromagnetic field reader. Okay, it actually senses fluctuations in EMF, electromagnetic field. Why? Because research in the paranormal world has been found that many paranormal activity takes place when there's a huge fluctuation in electromagnetic field. Okay?
What does that mean? A huge fluctuation in electromagnetic
magnetic
field?
There's strong electrical and magnetic forces around.
Okay.
Yeah, and that simply electricity can cause that. Okay.
Okay.
So what we actually do is try to find if there's any fluctuation. Because why? Although theory says that a lot of activity takes place when there's high fluctuation EMF. Interestingly, psychologists has also found out that EMF causes the human mind to perceive things which may not be there. So it could be a psychological thing after all. And that's the interesting thing about paranormal research. It could be more of science than anything.
Right, okay.
Right. So, in the case of turning back to that case of Fyos and his haunted car park, also he claims, how after you've spoken to him and ascertained his state of mind, where do you go from there? Do you stake out, or do you?
Okay.
Do you?
Before the stake out, we definitely have to find out more. Okay, not that I'm being a huge skeptic or
Of
what,
course.
but if you realize many paranormal encounters occur in the evenings for a few reasons. Like I picked up earlier on, he said that he came back from an afternoon shift. So after work, I'm sure all of us will be tired. Your perception would definitely be a bit lowered. And another thing was, it was at night. Same thing, at night your vision isn't as good. And the human mind is a very amazing tool on equipment. If you realize, you think back the times when you're doing mathematics, when you keep doing something, right? You do A, B, C, you keep doing, they give you A and C. Chances are your mind will be able to find out what B is. Okay, our mind has the ability to perceive certain things or complete the whole picture. So possibly because it's at night with the in a way impaired vision plus the tiredness of his mind might have perceived something which may not actually be there.
Okay, but do you think that it's a coincidence that he said that not just he but his neighbors also saw the thing, or do you say that it's because his neighbors told him stories about he started to imagine it too?
Possibly. Sometimes the power of suggestion can be very strong to the mind.
Okay.
For example, if you were to watch a horror movie, try watching it in mute. It suddenly doesn't become so scary.
Yes.
The same thing. And possibly we need to see that area as well, because we need to see if there's a possible watermark or the lightings that could have caused the perception.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we have a comment coming in from Aquarius. He asked, or he or she asked, what ET is giving a scientific explanation for this phenomenon? I thought they were believers.
Are you believers?
Okay.
For the record, are you believers?
We are more open-minded, I would say.
Right.
We leave it open. We don't want to suggest this thing is already... We don't want to straight away classify it as under paranormal. Else we are not investigators to start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you
Because
have-
go ahead.
Sorry, but you have not seen something face to face.
Okay,
Seen
wait,
more.
let me define paranormal first. Paranormal, right, the definition is something which is out of the ordinary. It doesn't mean that it is a ghost. Okay, ghost is just an entity. It's more of a science. It's more of a research-based science. So we try our very best. That's why we have various gadgets to ascertain whether can science explain it. If it can't, then what could be the possibility? Because there are many things, even in science, that we cannot explain.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that we aren't believers. Just like Mulder, Fox Mulder X-Files, we want to believe.
Okay.
But we want to see if could there be a scientific explanation.
Okay, we're going for a break, but when we come back, we'll continue with this very interesting discussion, and we'll also show you a clip of a woman who said that she met a ghost, she loved the ghost, and she wants to see him again.